Hi, my name is Uno, and this reality bites. Let me just start out this video with a disclaimer that I'm not dissing anyone, and everything that will be said in this video is just my opinion and a learning point for me. If it would also be that certain point for you, then good job. November, I deactivated my Facebook account. Weeks ago, I deactivated my Twitter account. Days ago, I deactivated my Instagram account too. Why did I do it? Here are 3 stories on why I deactivated my social media accounts. Facebook. The main point why I deactivated Facebook is because I went through a bad breakup. A really bad one that my mental state was actually very, very unstable. That relationship revolved around posts, my days, pictures, which were posted on walls. To be totally honest with the feed that I had that time, I wasn't learning anymore. My feed was all riddled with quotes, the nonsensical ones at some point, memes, videos. Well, I enjoyed the K-drama. It's free. At that time, I was really, admittedly, a very toxic person who was in a very toxic environment. And when I say toxic, I mean people are not getting along. Opinions are being thrown out like it was candy for children. In my opinion, it was a violent environment for me to stay in. At some point, it wasn't even helping my mental state. I was already down getting in Facebook. I was even more down getting out of it. And the worst part of it is, I was spending too much time on it. Even when I'm out with friends, I would still be on Facebook, even though I can go on Facebook when I get home. But of course, when I get home, I'll still be on Facebook. Maybe something is new. Twitter. Like Facebook, I wasn't even learning from it anymore. Maybe I was following the wrong people. I'm actually guilty of partaking into what I'm about to say. My Twitter feed before I deactivated actually covered gossip, people being sensitive towards the mistakes of other people being sensitive towards what other people say, and things that time were becoming nonsensical to me. For me that time, people were just finding reasons to stress out. Now let me speak in internet lingo. Shade was thrown around. What's the tea? Well, the tea is always the worst part. It also wasn't helping my mental state anymore. After deactivating Facebook, I resorted to Twitter, since in my mind, no one can touch me on Twitter. I was stating my mind, stating my opinion, and that's it. However, people were getting onto things. A lot of things. And honestly, I wasn't even strong enough to handle it. Instagram, the worst. But the last that I deactivated at. Why was Instagram the last? Because I thought it was a safe space. Personally, all my photos were black and white. I was following an aesthetic, as they say it. Yeah, an aesthetic. And I was using it for the artistic purpose of it. However, there came a time that I couldn't stop comparing myself to everyone else. Why are they successful? Why am I not? One certain instance is, I was at home, scrolling my Instagram, and I see pictures of people I used to know. And they're having the time of their lives. I'm here, at home, in bed, looking at their post. Even though I was controlling myself, it was more of comparing their success to my success. I've heard this quote before, don't compare your chapter 2 to someone's chapter 10. So with that, I wasn't doing anything anymore on that app. So I also deactivated my account. Guys, a side note, I didn't know that there were 30-day challenges or 7-day challenges of quitting social media until, well, it's 3 a.m. So until yesterday. My mind was like, okay, I'm going to do this video. Did other people already do this? Study also shows that the main causes of distraught in students is anxiety, depression, and stress. And there is this point, the study also said that it's because of social media, the pressure of social media. That I also got from a TED Talk. There are a lot of YouTube videos that you would see about quitting their social media accounts, and I encourage you to check one out. Okay, so here's what happened to me after quitting all my social media accounts. Well, I did it in the span of like a couple of months before quitting one by one. It's like preparing myself for quitting each platform, but I didn't know it that time. It was weird, especially when you would see your open spaces in your time that normally you thought you were busy. There was this instance of me unlocking my phone and then going straight to the place of where the social media platform had been. And I was like, oh, it's not there anymore. Then locking it back again and putting down my phone. To be totally honest, I don't think Facebook Messenger is a social media platform though. I mean, we can still get updates on Facebook Messenger, but then my Facebook Messenger has a different account, so it's like just a messenger. Here in the Philippines, there is what you call free messenger, so that is what people use. But I still prefer text and calls over messenger messages. After quitting Facebook, actually, these realizations, which I'm about to tell you, came in collectively. First realization, and the most major realization that I had, was I actually had more time. A lot of it. Apparently, I was spending too much time on my social media accounts that before there was this time that I was actually complaining that 24 hours isn't enough. But then now, lately, 24 hours is just right for everything I want to accomplish within my day. I was able to read books, listen to audiobooks. The world still turns without me being on social media. I would like to discuss this in a certain exclusivity of expounding the topic. It's called FOMO, or fear of missing out. I had that. However, now that I don't have these social media platforms, I don't know what I'm missing out on, so apparently I don't care. I was more focused, more productive. The migraines and headaches that I had before were like gone. I was waking up to mornings feeling more rested than how I was before. Stress levels honestly went down. Well, due to the absence of stressors. And apparently I had more headspace than I ever thought I had. I had more time to myself, to my feelings, to my emotions, to my thoughts, without anything distracting me from it. So I had to get real time, and I had to get real with my own self. If I set goals for my day, I'm able to finish those goals for my day. During the first week of me not having Facebook, I was like having this vibration syndrome, I think, that my phone had vibrated, or I had a new notification, or my ears were actually waiting for a notification tone, and it was like a hit to me, the dopamine hit. Then you repeat the cycle, post a new thing, set your phone down, bling. Tip coming from me, guys, find productive and very purpose-driven things that you could actually do and spend time with your family. There are a lot of things. Learn to draw, learn to create art. There are a lot of things that you can do upon quitting social media. Oh, and don't forget to reward yourself. Like, for example, if you're the type of person like me, before, when I wake up, since I didn't have Facebook, I go on Twitter, I go on Instagram first thing in the morning, and right now I don't have them. So what I do in the morning is reward myself with a good stretch, make myself coffee, eat breakfast even. I never thought that I had time to eat breakfast. So now I do. Honestly, I was so scared of deactivating from my social media apps. That is why I did it months apart. It's like I had to prepare for it. I thought I would miss out on a lot of things, like maybe news or things that I needed to know. It's not cutting myself from the world because I still go on Google Chrome to check up on news, to check up on current events. Although I only do that for like a couple of minutes and then continue my day with what I want to do, with what I need to do. I know you would say it's like self-discipline and all that, but then going on social media for like short span of minutes or like a couple of times in a day, if you're going to collect those minutes, you have probably like an hour or so that you've spent on social media. So just saying. Now back to the video. And I thought my life was depending on it, or depending on them. However, apparently it was the best choice I have made. I highly encourage you to try it out or do the same. Believe me, you'll find the hours that you're actually looking for. You'll feel less stressed, less tired. All you have to do is live in the moment that you don't get back using your social media accounts. And that reality bites.